Call this meeting to order. Ms. Teresa, will you say a prayer for us?
Dear Heavenly Father above, Lord, we thank you and we praise you for the opportunity to be here tonight. We thank you for the privilege to serve in this capacity and to do right by our staff and our students, Lord. I pray that we would make decisions tonight that would honor you and that would be in the best role for our community and for our school system. All these things in your precious name. Amen.
Amen.
Stand, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I want to welcome everybody tonight. We got a big crowd. We got a lot of celebrating to do and a little bit of business to take care of. Our first order of business is to reorganize our board. We do it at the beginning of every year. Sometimes we don't necessarily change, but we do take the opportunity to reestablish our board leadership. I need a motion for board chair for 2025.
I make a motion to renominate Mr. David as the chair.
I need a second.
I'll second.
Ms. Kathy, second. Ms. Kathy?
Yes.
Mr. Mike? Yes. Ms. Teresa?
Yes.
And the chair votes yes. I make a motion for Mr. Mike Kersey to remain as our vice chair. Can I get a second?
I'll second.
Second. Ms. Kathy?
Yes.
Mr. Mike? Yes. Ms. Teresa?
Yes.
And the chair votes yes. And I probably voted on myself while you don't know what I'm supposed to. We gotta have a parliamentarian. Cliff has been the parliamentarian. Do either one of y'all want it? No, Cliff gets to be parliamentarian. I'll let him know.
Lucky Cliff.
All right, we got our superintendents, and I will say it's an honor serving as a board chair for this board. We've got a good group of people that I feel like I have a heart for the people of Brantley County and the kids of Brantley County, and I just want to let them know I appreciate it. I appreciate you. All right, Dr. Morgan.
Yeah, so I'm excited to see so many of our wonderful employees and some hard-working students in the audience, and we're going to hear from them in just a little bit. I'm first going to give just a quick sports update on behalf of Brantley County High School. We are in full swing of basketball season and wrestling, and both of those sports are doing absolutely wonderful this season. Currently, our Lady Herons are 10 wins to 4 losses, and they're 4-0 in region play, first in region. We are very excited about that. And our Herons are 10 wins to 4 losses, and they are 2-2 in region play. And we have 3 more region games coming up tomorrow, Friday, and Saturday. You know, that's boys and girls varsity, yes. Busy season. Also, our wrestling teams have been doing wonderful. Our girls just competed in duels and they got second, and they will be going on to compete at the state level. And our boys also will be competing in Heard County this weekend for a team state championship maybe. So we're very excited about them. We also want to announce, this goes along with sports, for a long time now we have been in discussions about when we could retire our wonderful Jalen Williams jersey. And so it took a little while because Jalen is a very busy young man, as you know, and so finding a time that he could commit to be home. Well, mark your calendars, February 15th at 6 p.m. we will be retiring his jersey. And I believe that high school athletic department has alumni games planned to go around that as well. So I can just imagine the different former athletic stars are going to come out to enjoy those games. So you don't want to miss that. Anyway, so that's our sports update. And now at this time, we are going to recognize some Title I distinguished schools. So Dr. Haney, will you come help with this, please?
So it is my honor to introduce the Title I Distinguished Reward Schools.
Godot just released the 23-24 list of distinguished Title I schools, and it comes out during 2025. And Brantley County is proud to have 3 schools being awarded this year. This is a huge honor, and all of our Brantley schools are among multi-year award winners in the past for our Title I schools. But distinguished schools are among the highest performing 5% of Title I schools in the state, based on ELA and math content mastery scores from the statewide assessments. Schools must be Title I to be eligible for distinguished and reward designations, which means they include a high percentage of students from poverty and still perform to the highest standards in Georgia schools. Tonight, we'd like to honor our 3 schools. When I call your school's name, would the administrators please come forward and have your picture made with the plaque and flag? Hoboken Elementary. Let's give them a hand. There we go. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Hoboken. Very good. And our next school is Nate Hunter Elementary.
She just did it with one person.
And our final school this year is Waynesville Primary.
Dr. Lord, I'd like to have Miss Green come up here as well, since she was there. She won't listen to me anymore, but.
That's right. That's right. I think that's an
That
easy
you don't have to.
Ms. Green was assistant principal at Waynesville Primary and now is the principal at Atkinson Elementary.
Congratulations to those schools, and thank you for the hard work and performing for the top 5% in the state for Title I schools. We have an additional state level award tonight. This past summer at Georgia Department of Education's MathCon 2024 session, teachers across the state were recognized for their contributions in the field of mathematics, teaching, and learning. To earn the following award, teachers had to be nominated by a parent, peer, or student for demonstration of excellence in teaching in the field of mathematics for the Georgia standards. Tonight, we'd like to honor our own Brantley nominee and give him the award from the head of Godot's math department, Dr. Snell, and computer science department, Dr. Williams. As a parent of a student who had this teacher and as a longtime coworker, I can attest to that this teacher goes above and beyond, and will meet any student where they are, helping them to achieve goals that they've never dreamed they could have accomplished. He consistently performs at the highest level of growth and performance, helping students succeed in scoring next levels in their milestone 8th grade math. And he is a teacher who truly cares and wants to see his students succeed at math and life beyond. It is my honor to award the Godot Mathematics Champion in Georgia for excellence in the field of mathematics, teaching, and learning to Mr. Daniel Dahl.
Okay, we're going to have our SOAR awards now. Our SOAR awards recognize each year our employees, or we have a lot of employees that go above and beyond, but the staff at each school actually vote and elect employees that they think have outstanding work ethic, attitude, and just truly do go and excel above and beyond every single day. So at each meeting, we like to recognize some of our school forwards, and we'll begin with Hoboken Elementary. And Ms. Chester, I know you've got students here to present as well, so let's do the students' presentation first, and then we'll do the forward. Yes, that's correct.
Okay, we'll start with our students. Like she said, we have some incredible students at Hoboken Elementary, and I'd like to start with two of our Georgia Young Authors winners. So let's begin with our kindergarten winner, Miss Bryn Jordan. Bryn, if you will, come on up. I'd like for you to read your piece.
Yeah, let's use the microphone so people at home can hear.
I see a cop. She is teaching her daughter how to be like her. Her daughter catch a bad guy.
Good job.
Our next young Georgia author, Miss Aniston Ray. Come on up, Aniston.
You can do it closer than that.
The Thanksgiving trip. On Thanksgiving Day, we were at the mountains. We ate turkey, deviled eggs, and mashed potatoes. On Friday, we went to JL Ranch and rode some horses. My horse's name was Scout. She was very pretty. The manager, Rebecca, said that she was very fast, but we just walked. And after Rebecca said that she is a boy-girl twin, there are horse twins that are named Dolly and Delilah. On Saturday, we left. We did not get home until Saturday night when I was sleeping in the car. Miss Francie straightened my bed for me. She is so nice because she gave me 3 Easter eggs.
That's an excellent first grade and kindergarten reader right there. Good job, ladies. All right, the next thing I'd like to show you guys are some of our technology or tech fair exhibits. Let's start with Miss Jalen Cawley and Miss Elin Cecil. They're going to demonstrate their cheerleading robot.
Boy. Get the flags.
I'll tell you this, while they're setting up, I had an excellent opportunity this year to be able to be a part of some of the judging at Hoboken. And I asked to be a part of that simply because I really wasn't sure what kind of work the students at Hoboken produced. I knew that Hoboken typically had a very successful year in terms of technology, but I wanted to be more involved in that process and see what kinds of things the kids could produce. And it was super impressive, very difficult to find winners because they were all so good. But these ladies did a great job, and I'll let them go ahead and start.
Okay, wait. I gotta turn that light up. Hold on, I'm so sorry.
You're okay.
Wait. Oh. Okay, I'm sorry.
You're all right. No rush.
Team tech to the top. Move it, don't stop, don't stop.
Good job.
Excellent job, ladies.
Ladies, I have a question. How long did it take to build and program the robot to do the cheer?
Like 41 hours, I think.
Wow.
And who was the commentary? Who was doing the talk?
Good job.
Do y'all cheer or just a robot? Do y'all cheer or just a robot?
They both cheer.
Okay, our next, tech fair participants and winners, produced, a graphic design with sports trading cards, and they are Tyson Page and Bentley Steve. So guys, come on up. I think we have some images of your work. And if you will, you can tell us a little bit about kind of what gave you the idea and what you produced. You wanna come here and do it? That way we can hear you. Use the microphone. Yeah, there you go.
We got the idea from, we both played baseball and we like collecting cards. And this gave us time to make our own.
Awesome.
We used Canva to design the cards, and we used the elements to make some backgrounds on them. And we took pictures and we took the backgrounds out and put the backgrounds that we got from the elements on them.
Okay.
And then we put stats on the back of them.
So like that one particular card, about how many hours would that card take? Or how much time?
About 30 minutes.
Good job, fellas. Look at that.
Very good job. Thank you so much for sharing.
It looks like
that.
professional.
Yes, they do. Look at that one.
Oh, yeah. It does look good.
And how we got the stats, our team, we use something called Game Changer, and it keeps up with all of our live stats in the game.
Yes.
And we took them off of Game Changer and we put them on the back of the cards.
Good job. Impressive.
Thank you so much. Okay. All right. So the next thing I'd like to do is go ahead and recognize our SOAR winners. The first lady I'd like to recognize has spent 27 years in education. Most of her time has been as Hoboken's librarian. She prefers that title over media specialist. She likes to be our librarian. But honestly, she would do anything you ask her to do. She's just that kind of person. I will say that because most of my work at Hoboken started in the summertime, she was there. She was one of the first ones to make me feel welcome at Hoboken. She's just genuine, she's kind, and we owe a lot of our success, specifically in the tech fair, to this lady. And so our SOAR winner, our support staff winner of the year is Miss Rhonda Dowling. Our next SOAR winner, our teacher of the year, she has been an educator for 25 years. Very, very similar in personality, I would say, to Miss Dowling. She is known for her kind disposition, for her love of Christ, for her contagious smile. She's another one that, again, I never questioned my relationship with her. She's just very genuine, very kind, and very welcoming at Hoboken. You won't find anyone that has anything but positive, pleasant things to say. Our teacher of the year was Miss Mindy Waldron.
All right, Dr. Harris, you want to come up and you want to let the students present first?
All right. Tonight, we are glad to be here and glad to be able to have some of our students come and be with us. I've got our assistant principals, Mr. Pastor Steve, Mr. Tom Page, and Ms. Jamie Watkins here with us as well, and a few students. I've got Jacob Highsmith, Gavin Tyre, Cole Bradley, Savannah Bradley, Layla Lawrence, Sadie Corey, and Kellen Thomas. And I'm glad to have them come. And what we've decided to talk about tonight, a few weeks ago, we did a pilot project for something that's called the Tucker Project. Several weeks prior to that, Dr. Morgan had sent me an email. Someone from the Department of Education had reached out to her to ask if Franklin County would be one of the four, ended up being 4 schools in the state, to host this and have the folks with the Tucker Project come in. And so I want to share a little bit about what the Tucker Project is, share a quick little video with you, and then have our kids tell you a little bit about what they learned from the Tucker Project. So to kind of update you on what it is, the Tucker Project was founded by Miss Stephanie Turner after her 19-year-old son Tucker Rose tragic death from fentanyl poisoning in 2021. And she became dedicated to raising awareness about the dangers of fentanyl. The project, or the way that the actual project worked, was it's a 2-day curriculum for grades anywhere in between 6 and 12. And in their case was mandated. She's from Texas, and that's where it was put together at. It was mandated in Texas and became Tucker's Law. Day 1 of that focused on education about fentanyl, its risks, the devastating impacts on families. And then day 2 turns into having guest speakers come in. They call them angel moms, and it's family of folks that have passed away as a result of fentanyl. And then also, in addition to having the speakers come in, they do what they call a street smart, street talk activities. And that's what our kids are going to talk a bit about that and what they learned in class. But again, like I mentioned, we were one of only 4 schools that participate. Miss Rose, what's her name, came, actually Tucker's mom. She was the guest speaker for us. So not only did we get to do this, but we actually got to have Miss Tucker come. As they roll this out, they talk about it may not be the same people, but as I thought it was very nice to be able to have her come to tell us a little bit about her personal story there, as it's named after Tucker, her son. But again, only 1 of 4. We also had a representative from the Georgia Department of Education, Mr. Chris Huckins, come down and be with us. And I want to share an email. This is just a testament to the kids and the faculty at Brantley Middle. And, you know, when they take on something, they take it on with a full head of steam. And this is his email for Mr. Huggins. He said, Dr. Harris, I want to reach out and thank you again for allowing the Tucker Project to present at BCMS this past week. The buy-in from you, your staff, and students was incredible. It was evident that you lead a group of educators that have a singular vision, have been empowered to provide their input and tell us to see that vision to fruition. Your students asked questions that showed how much they paid attention to the lessons and the presentations. The reflections and input you provided for the team, I believe, will provide invaluable for them moving forward. It was a pleasure meeting you, your team, and your students. And again, that just goes to tell you a little bit about what we've got going on at Brantley Middle and what they do each and every day. And this is something that our kids kind of learned a little bit about it, but they're going to share with you. Mr. Allen, we can show the video now. A bit of pictures from what we did, and then I'm going to have them come up and share a little bit about the different activities and whatever stuck out to them.
And before our students come up here and talk about their experiences, just it'll be fine. Just to give you an idea of kind of where they're coming from. So day one for us with the Tucker Project was an introduction in each of their classes, and then throughout their day, in their content classes, there was some material that was delivered to them that was per subject-based. Like there was some math content that was specific to the Tucker Project and some of the statistics involved, and the same through all the contents. Even our connection teachers participated in this with some sort of connection to their content. Day two was it was kind of a wild day as far as when they're talking about, I believe it was called the roadblock, or is what we called it, where we went through the different stations. We had an assembly in the morning. One grade had an assembly in the morning and went through the rotations, which were a little bit of teamwork activities, a lot of information, kind of reviewing the things that they learned before. That's kind of what the experience that these students are going to talk about are those things from day one that they learned in their content, as well as going through those team build rotations, and then like Dr. Harris said, hearing from Tucker's mom during the assembly. So very heartfelt moment. Our kids were so receptive, and they went through this. They took it on with a head of steam, just like the gentleman from the Department of Education said. He told me as we were going through the rotations, I'm kind of in the hall getting everybody ready to switch at the right time, and he's like, guys, y'all went all out on this. Y'all planned. It's evident that y'all took your time going through it. And I told him, I said, it's our kids is what it is. They're willing to jump in and do whenever we set them up for something. So that's exciting to see, and I'm ready to hear from our students as well. Okay?
I think Cole will start us off.
I'd like to say hello, my name is Cole, and I would like to tell y'all that the teachers did a lot of work for this. Not only is it they had to look after all the students at once, they had to take 3.5 hours of training for this. Now, I would just like to let y'all know they did a wonderful job, and they couldn't have done it better.
Who pays you?
I agree.
So, what I want to focus on today is the science part. So we had a part called Science Street, and it can help you learn how just the tiniest bit of fentanyl can affect your life. We learned that just the size of 1 grain of salt can be enough to make you bedridden or possibly even have more consequences. And the fact that it can be hidden as any of your daily medications like Tylenol or ibuprofen is a scary fact, but you can realize that you can help prevent this by getting it from pharmacies instead of grabbing it from your friends, because you may think it's safe because it's completely untraceable. You can't smell it, you can't touch it, you can't sense it. So I would just like to let y'all know that the teachers put in some hard work for this, and that it is very beneficial because it applies teamwork and everybody learns the same amount. Everybody has to take a part, and when you take a part, you can help each other learn things that you didn't know before.
Good job.
One thing I liked about the Tucker Project is how interesting and captivating it was. I found it really interesting because I'm a nerd, but it's just also important anyway. And I felt very informed after having people come talk about the project. Fentanyl is a very real risk and danger that kills thousands of people. It's just important to know the dangers and tell people about them. When Tucker's mom came to talk, I couldn't help but admire her story and cause, because the knowledge I'm now equipped with can save a life. I learned fentanyl is an addictive opioid that cannot be easily detected, and it can be fatal in very small doses. Overdoses can be identified by knowing the signs we are taught, which I thought was very helpful, because, it's a very possible thing, and there's certain drugs that can help combat overdose.
After doing the Tucker Project at school, I learned the true dangers of fentanyl that I did not know before. I learned that you cannot tell that somebody has consumed fentanyl and it badly until they have overdose. Fentanyl, you can't trace fentanyl because it's odorless, tasteless, and colorless, which makes any pill or any substance you use just even more unsafe. And
Thank you.
Learning about how to
of fentanyl, pills apart from regular pills was interesting. When pills look speckled, that usually means that they have fentanyl in them. I now know what to look for in pills to be safe.
Hold the mic up for you.
My name's Jacob. The thing that stuck out to me the most was in math class, we were learning about charts about how fentanyl death rates have skyrocketed over the last couple of years. And we learned some ways that we can maybe prevent this in the future by prevent it from getting smuggled in and maybe try to get it from being made. And Mr. Galt's a good teacher.
I really like the entirety of the Tucker project because it truly showed me how effective, or not effective, how dangerous fentanyl really is. It is put in, like Cole said, a lot of pills that are just your daily medications like ibuprofen, Tylenol, and it's only the smallest little bit of fentanyl can kill you.
I do feel like the most important part of the Tucker project is that it targets middle schoolers, so when they go to high school, they'll understand the dangers of fentanyl and how it can kill people, and it could possibly lower the rates of death when they get to high school, which could help just lower death rates in general with fentanyl.
So that is, again, not only for heroes at school, but even just, that's something that we're not made aware of a whole lot around here. We don't hear a lot about it, but from the statistics and the data that we've seen that they shared with us, it is on the rise. So that's just a little bit we wanted to share, and we're appreciative to be able to have that opportunity. And I thank these guys and their parents for bringing them and coming to be with us.
Thank you very much. Dr. Harris, we'll go ahead and do your SOAR awards.
All right. So to recognize a couple of our folks from the middle school who again really embody what I just mentioned a while ago. Mr. Gall has already been mentioned. We're going to come back to him in just a second. But first, I'd like to introduce our SOAR recipient. One of our first SOAR recipient is Miss Annette Todd.
That's right.
Miss Todd is at 28 years. Is that right? You come on up, Miss Todd. 28 years here in Brantley County. And a couple things as I begin to kind of think about what all does Miss Todd do. I could have still been writing if I was going to write everything that Miss Todd does. So a couple things that she is always just willing to jump in and help any of our after school events. She is manages all things concession stand related. She handles all the concessions for our athletic events. Even if we're going to do any type of concession during the day, she handles that. Another big task that she has is she keeps our 7th grade social studies intact or in line. And if you know Mr. Randall Howard or Mr. Tim King, those are the two that she's having to keep in line. So we appreciate that. One of the best cooks that I've ever seen, and as you can tell, I've been around a lot of good cooking. I don't know if any of you had her banana pudding, but you may want to get her to make you something pretty good. But on top of all of that, she's about 1 semester away, if I'm not mistaken, Ms. Todd, from receiving her associate's degree, well on her way to having a bachelor's degree in education. So all right. Next, Mr. Goff will come on up. He didn't pay me any of this. I don't know how much he had to pay to his kids. A lot, right?
So we have to get some ice cream tomorrow.
That's right. But it's already been said, but without a doubt, Mr. Goff is, again, without a doubt, one of the best math teachers. I started saying the state, but I dare say in the country. Really fantastic teacher. Keeps the kids engaged. You can't walk some of his neighbors on the hall may say anywhere around without hearing him because he's up and teaching, but always working hard. And another thing, it was kind of mentioned, Dr. Haney mentioned this, but he knows the kids that he teaches. As far as when he gets those kids, he looks back, he sees their strengths, he sees the areas that they need to work on, and he develops a plan and attacks it and goes after it. Probably, how many years now? 12?
I think maybe 14.
14 at the middle school. But year after year, his students consistently perform at the highest in our RESA and in the state. But again, that goes back to the work ethic, the homework he does, knowing those kids. And again, can't say enough for where he goes in, and like when we get our, milestone scores come back in, within a kid or two, he can come back and tell us where those kids are gonna perform based on how they work in his class. And you don't always find that, but that's a knack that he has. We appreciate it, and we're congratulating tonight Mr. Shaw for Teacher of the Year.
Oh, get on back up there and take a picture.
Yes, ma'am.
She's calling.
We're not done yet. Nice try. January the 1st began our 10th year of, my 10th year of getting to work with Dr. Morgan, and a lot of y'all have been along for the whole journey. And that is exceptional in the industry today. A couple of years is probably the average if we're getting a 2-year average now. I know that's a really big word, and heard it used a long time ago, and I only use it sparingly, but it's supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Spell it. It don't even, it's 26 letters. It don't even come close to describing what these last 9 years have been like, Dr. Morgan. I've enjoyed your friendship most of all, but watching you excel. She was picked as one of the top 4 superintendents in the state of Georgia in the running for the state school superintendent of the year. Now I want to tell you the one that won the award is for Fulton County. I can't tell you his name. Do you know his name?
Mike Looney.
Mike Looney. He was a high school dropout, homeless at the age of 14. Went and got his GED, went in the military, come out hired on as a parapro. And liked it so good, he started going to college, worked all the way up to his doctorate degree, and won school superintendent of the year in Georgia. I know we come in a close second. I say we very liberally, but we come in a close second. But I believe Dr. Morgan would have voted for him too after hearing his story. You know, so it's not like losing to that guy or not being chosen over that guy is a bad thing. But in our hearts, in our minds, you're a close second. We know in our hearts you'll always be our superintendent of the year.
And how many superintendents?
180.
That's great.
I'm sorry.
Thank you very much. It is a true honor to be able to serve as superintendent right here in Brantley County, the same school system that I graduated from and grew up in this county. It is a true blessing. And that completes superintendent's update.
We have a list of norms and protocols that we as a board set as our rules and guidelines to let y'all know how we're going to do business and what you can expect from us. And every meeting we like to share one of them, just to have them read out loud and to make you aware that they're there. Miss Teresa?
Normally, Mr. Cliff, this is his role, but he's not here tonight, so I'm going to fill in for him. But tonight is on communication with staff and how we should conduct ourselves. The superintendent is the only employee that can report directly to the board. Superintendent is the one to communicate with staff. Concerns regarding a staff member will be spoken about privately and regarded as confidential information. And number 3, everyone will be respectful and courteous to staff in all forms of communication. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Teresa. All right, if that concludes all of our awards and celebrations, we appreciate everybody coming. We're going to break for just a few minutes. And if you want to leave, you're welcome to leave. If you want to stay and endure the rest with us, you're welcome to do that also. Not very many ever take me up on that. We're up to appreciate. back with our meeting, do we have any, public participation? We've got no public participation, we need to adopt our agenda. I get a motion to adopt the agenda.
Sorry, I make a motion to adopt the agenda.
We get a second?
I'll second.
Ms. Kathy?
Yes.
Mr. Meyer? Yes. Ms. Teresa?
Yes.
And the chair votes yes. Disposition of minutes from the previous meeting, can I get a motion to accept the minutes as presented?
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes as presented.
And a second?
I'll second.
Ms. Kathy?
Yes.
Mr. Mike?
Yes.
Ms. Teresa?
Yes.
And the chair votes yes. Our financial reports, we've had the weekend to look over them, can I get a motion to accept the financial reports as presented?
I make a motion to accept the financial report.
And a second?
I'll second.
A motion, a second, any discussions? Ms. Kathy?
Yes.
Mr. Mike?
Yes.
Ms. Teresa?
Yes.
And the chair votes yes. Ms. Teresa, you wanna read our SPOS report while we're on this?
Thank you, sir. The local SPOS, and this just look around this wonderful project that we're doing at the high school. This is local help with this, and it just, anybody passing through, getting gas, Dollar General, everybody surrounding us helps us to do this. So just really encourage and support your SPOS. It really does a lot for our community. But that was $176,030.82 that we collected on that 1 cent sales tax. And then what was collected from the car tags was $94,259.81 for a grand total of $270,290.63. So it does make a difference to support local. Thank you.
Just thinking we might need to move that up to right after superintendent's update, so our cheerleader can cheer to the larger crowd.
Let them know it makes a difference.
Makes a difference.
It does.
We appreciate the enthusiasm.
Thank you.
We need to hire some school attorney. Anybody know any good ones? Can I get a
Might be one
motion?
to my right.
Can I get a motion? I'll make a motion to hire Mr. Adam Farrell one more time.
I'll
As
second.
our board attorney, we got a second, Ms. Kathy.
Yes.
I thought she was
Yeah,
thinking about
right.
it. You hesitated, I'm like, she's thinking about
Oh, no, I was trying to get my papers in a row.
it. Mr. Mike, he is thinking about
Yeah,
it.
I am. Yes.
Okay, Ms. Teresa.
Yes.
And, the chair votes yes. All right. And I think I cut you out of that one,
Okay,
but you go ahead.
Sure. I recommend to approve the FY26 school calendar as presented.
Got a recommendation, can I get a motion?
I'll make a motion to accept the 26th calendar, school calendar.
And a second?
I'll second.
Any further discussion?
Yes, sir, like we've done in years past, we look at several different templates with the leadership teams at each school, and then we narrow it down to a couple, and then send that out for all of our employees to have the chance to vote on the calendar. And this is the calendar that had the highest percentage of votes, similar to this current school year that we're on had we not had the delay. Remember, there was a weather delay at the end of the school year. But anyway, this calendar has school starting on a Tuesday.
Is that calendar A or calendar B?
Calendar A.
Calendar A has.
Yes.
All right, we're working on, I need a motion to accept calendar A as our,
We already have.
that was discussion.
Yes.
You're welcome.
You
I did
should have
pretty
been
good with that.
parliamentarian when you were here. Ms. Kathy?
Yes.
Mr. Mike?
Yes.
Ms. Teresa?
Yes.
And chair votes yes. I got to worry about which one it was, and I got one I'm doing. All right,
I recommend to approve the quote from AAA State of Play for playground equipment for Hoboken Elementary School in the amount of $64,614.
got a recommendation, can I get a motion?
I make a motion for the playground equipment for HES.
And a second,
I'll second.
and discussion?
Yes, sir. When we voted on the last SPOS, we had said that we wanted every one of our primary elementary schools to get some new playground equipment. And 4 of the 5 had received their playground equipment, but at the time, Hoboken Elementary was in a construction project, with adding those classrooms. So it wasn't the right time for them to be adding the equipment. They wanted to get their building finished first and help decide where we were gonna put this piece of equipment. So, and now they're ready to purchase their, playground equipment from our current SPOS.
Any other questions? Ms. Kathy?
Yes.
Mr. Mike?
Yes.
Ms. Teresa?
Yes.
And the chair votes yes.
I recommend to approve the Brantley County School-Based Health Clinic bid as presented.
Okay, we got a recommendation, can I get a motion?
I'll make a motion for the Brantley County School-Based Health Clinic bid.
And a second?
I'll second.
And discussion.
Yes, sir, we had, several construction crews that came in and bid on, redoing that building that's located at the high school to turn it into our health clinic. And, Rand Tyson is the one that came in with the lowest bid, so he was awarded the bid. We're very excited and ready to see that work get started and hope that our clinic will actually be up and running before the end of this school year, like maybe in the spring, we'll be able to use our health clinic.
That's gonna be on the side of the weight gym, is that right, that white building?
Where weight training's at now, yeah, it's where the current trainer was at.
Okay.
Yes, and just as a reminder, this is all grant funded. Even, the hiring of the employees for the health clinic, but also the building renovations itself, grant funded.
I'd like to point out that Mr. Tyson's $47,000 cheaper than the second place bid. Now, in his favor, he's already on site, but to compliment him, he uses that as a way to help keep our costs down. He could have come in and figured in all of that, just like he wasn't moving on site and turned in a bid and probably still would have got it, but he uses every angle he can to control the cost at Brantley County, or from my point of view, he does, and I appreciate, Mr. Tyson. Ms. Kathy?
Yes.
Mr. Mike?
Yes.
Ms. Teresa?
Yes.
And the chair votes yes.
I recommend to approve the quote from BTC for the additional internet bandwidth and wide area network services as presented.
We got a recommendation, can I get a motion?
I make a motion for the additional internet bandwidth and wide area network service from BTC.
And a second?
I'll second.
Discussion?
No, sir.
Okay. Ms. Kathy?
Yes.
Mr. Mike? Yes. Ms. Teresa?
Yes.
And the chair votes yes.
I recommend to approve the SPOS referendum as presented.
We got a recommendation, can I get a motion?
I'll make a motion for the SPOS referendum.
And a second?
I'll second.
Discussion.
Yes, sir. So, Mr. Levinsky, our facilities director, has been working hard with the, the bond attorney to prepare this SPOS referendum, and we would like to see it go on the marked ballot with the board's approval. So we'll, go ahead and be, if it's voted on successfully, go ahead and get that, information out to our people and to the community.
And if it seems to you like, well, they just did this a few years ago, it's because we did. But those big numbers that Teresa keeps reading out, there's two ways that you mature your bond. It's either in the amount collected or time. And with the good revenues in Brantley County, it has come in, a year faster?
Yeah, or close to it.
Close to a year sooner than it would have had it matured on time. So that's an applaud to the people of Brantley County for supporting local emergencies, and it ends up supporting your school systems and your county. The county has the same effect that we do. We want to say we appreciate the support that we've always had with our SPLOST and hope to continue to have. And you can see the good things that it's done in Brantley County. Any other discussion? If not, Ms. Kathy?
Yes.
Mr. Mike?
Yes.
Ms. Teresa?
Yes.
And the chair votes yes. Do we need a executive session?
We do, have a couple changes.
Can I get a motion to go into executive session for personnel?
I'll make a motion to go into executive session for personnel.
And a second?
I'll second.
Ms. Kathy?
Yes.
Mr. Mike? Yes. Ms. Teresa?
Yes.
And the chair votes yes. We're out of executive session at 8:14. Can I get a motion to come out of executive session?
I make a motion to come out of executive
And a
session.
second.
I'll second.
Mr. Mike seconds. Ms. Kathy?
Yes.
Mr. Mike?
Yes.
Ms. Teresa?
Yes.
Chair votes yes. Board?
Yes, sir, I will say, we've done our letters of intent with the schools, so you know what that means the next few months as far as hiring season and, also if there's retirements, and so we have that for these first two. First two retirement resignations for this year: Laura Harvard, counselor at Hoboken Elementary School, and Connie Colley, teacher in the Hunt Elementary School.
Y'all heard the, recommendation. Can I get a motion?
I'll make a motion to accept the retirement.
And a second.
I'll second.
Okay, Ms. Kathy? Ms. Kathy?
Yes.
Ms. Mike? Yes. Ms. Teresa?
Yes.
And chair votes yes.
I'd like to recommend the hire of bus driver Jennifer Mann.
You got a recommendation. Can I get a motion?
I make a motion to accept the recommendation.
And a second.
I'll second.
Ms. Kathy?
Yes.
Mr. Mike?
Yes.
Ms. Teresa?
Yes.
And the chair votes yes.
I'd like to ask the board to accept the addendum for Joe Allen to be the varsity girls soccer assistant coach.
Can I get a motion?
I'll make a motion to accept the addendum. Sorry, coach.
And a second.
I'll second.
Ms. Kathy?
Yes.
Mr. Mike?
Yes.
Ms. Teresa?
Yes.
And the chair votes yes. And, I'd like to make a motion that we, accept an amendment to the superintendent's contract as presented.
I'll second.
Second. Ms. Kathy?
Yes.
Mr. Mike?
Yes.
Ms. Teresa?
Yes.
And the chair votes yes. Any other topics for discussion? Hearing none, somebody give me a motion to go home.
I make a motion to adjourn.
And a second.
I'll second.
Ms. Kathy?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Ms. Teresa?
Yes.
And the chair votes yes. We appreciate all y'all.
Thank you.
Thank y'all.